You undoubtedly will have an opinion about. So follow us here. Better.com. It's an online mortgage lender that made some big headlines back in December when it laid off 900 employees, and they did it on Zoom. They laid off 900 people on a Zoom meeting. Well, now apparently they have fumbled another round of layoffs, plural. 3,000 or a third of its staff is now getting laid off, but its employees, some of them found out, the way they found out is making another round of negative headlines for this company, facing a whole lot of criticism. A small group of employees actually received pay slips for their severance checks before they were even told they were being let go. Let all that sink in. From Zoom to just boom, here's your severance check, even though you were getting fired. With that, let's bring in Christian Chapman, a former employee of this company who joined Morning Rush back in December after he was let go during that headline-making infamous Zoom call. Welcome back, Christian. Listen, listen. You know, here we go again with this company. What do you make of this recent headline that people were in their little internal work system and then all of a sudden see a severance check, which means you're out of here? They hadn't even been told yet. But I imagine, considering what you've been through, this doesn't exactly shock you.
You know, it doesn't. You know, really, Better's back at it again. And I can't say this. They're consistent, right? They consistently fumble it up. You know, in December, it was crazy.
Thanks for saying fumble.
Just that experience of being let go. And, you know, in here we have, you know, I was talking to some friends, and you've got somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 people laid off since December. That's 40 to 50% of the company. And, you know, to find out in your severance check, right? If you have a credit union, then you got that deposit at like 3 a.m. that night, and you come in this morning and you're like, and 60 to 80 days is a large sum of money. And so you're like, where did I get that? And so you're finding out before the company's even announced that, hey, I just got possibly let go. Is something going on? And then it's that same thing again, where it's, you know, the ostrich, you know, head goes in the sand, and it's, did I get let go? And they're pretending like it didn't happen. And then your computer shuts off again, and you're just left completely awestruck in that sinking feeling in that moment of, is this me? Is this really happening? Did this happen right now? What am I going to do? What's my family going to do? You know, I've talked to some who are pregnant, and it's like, you know, if you're in your second trimester and Cobra only goes on for 60 days, what do you do for that third trimester? And so it really is impersonal.
No one wants to feel, you know, economically thrown off course, because we're in the middle still trying to get out of all the economic headaches that this pandemic caused, and people just want a little stability after 2 years of anything but. So to lose your job anytime is tough, let alone in the middle of the storm that we're still in. Like you said, you still have friends at the company, so at the end of the day, are they more worried about their future and job-wise, or more angry that they found out in this awful way, seeing a severance check before they really knew what was up?
I think it's a combination of both. You know, one is being upset. I think the ripples started in December, so there's always the, you know, I think they were cautiously optimistic that maybe they would survive, that they really would build back better, as was promised in December. But anytime you get let go, you still have that sinking feeling. And it's like being punched in the gut, and you're wondering, oh my gosh, it just, the weight just hits you all of a sudden of, I've got bills, how am I going to pay this? And so I think it was a combination of both, Rob.
And let me ask you this, before the infamous Zoom call, before this severance check mistake, was Better.com a decent place to be? Was it for a while a good place to work before they ended up making a series of pretty maddening headlines?
Yeah, you know, in different departments it was. I think there were subcultures within the main culture. And the culture I was in enablement, training, and development, it was, you know, it was a good culture for most of the time. I will say, you know, we always had to throw everything on silent if it was a main, like, all hands meeting with Fishal, because of the profanity and the cussing and the things that would come out. That part, I feel like upper management was more toxic, but mid-level management really filtered that through and tried to really create that kind of startup feel, if you'll say, you know, that's fun and lively.
We know all about startups here at Newsy. and the energy and exhaustion of it. And we should point out, too, that the CEO did apologize for that Zoom call. He did a big mea culpa after that whole thing made the rounds through the news media. Before we let you go, though, on a personal note, how are you doing? What have you been up to since you joined us a few months ago? How are your job prospects? How was life for Christian?
Yeah, so I mean, beauty out of the ashes. You know, it turns out I'm an inventor, and I just started a company called Bayology, and so Bay, B-A-E, before anything else, and really it's cute protein shakers for women. So, you know, our mission really is to support women's health, and each one is unique and individual and beautiful on the inside and out. We want products to reflect that, and we're actually launching on Kickstarter April 5th. So we're really excited about that and excited about what we came out with. And I never would have thought in December, with the feelings that I had, wondering how I would, you know, support my kids for Christmas, that I'd be in the place I am now, working with my wife on a company and about to do the whole startup and really hopefully provide a great culture full of positivity and encouragement, and looking on to bring in employees here this summer. So I'm going to be a go-giver, and what got taken away from me, hopefully I'll have the opportunity to present to others and give them an opportunity for a position.
Wow, that's so great to hear, man. Congratulations on that. See, a tough spot in December, and now you're embarking on doing your own thing. Always good to be your own boss and that old-fashioned entrepreneurial spirit. So best of luck with the company, and I hope you and everyone else on that Zoom call in this latest round end up in a better place than better.com.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I believe they will. They're good people.
Absolutely. Thank you again, man, and congrats with the new business.
Thank you.